Good evening, everyone. Welcome to First Paste. I am your host, Super Slow. We've got a great series of battles for you tonight. Joining me behind the commentary desk is my friend and yours, Wiz. Wiz, how you doing tonight?
Oh, it's good to be here, Super Slow, and I can't wait to eat all the varieties of paste that you're gonna have laid out for me tonight. I'm so excited.
This is First Paste, the battle commentary show for Pokemon.
So we don't even get to eat any of the paste. There's no paste at all. Oh
There's
boy! All right,
no
let's get
no
into it then.
no glue whatsoever. This is Poke Paste, not Elmer's glue.
Well, when I'm around, there's always going to be a little bit of glue eating, but we'll work on this concept as we go.
We will work through this together. And with that, let's get to our first Poke Paste. Baxicalibur Balance. We have Loaded Dice Baxicalibur, Assault Vest Rillaboom, Covert Cloak Volcarona, Leftovers Dondozo, Safety Goggles King Gambit, and Focus Sash Sneasler. What do you think of the team?
Right off the bat, did you type in best regulation H team into ChatGPT? Because that's what I'm seeing here. Pretty standard stuff overall, but I do like the coaching on Sneasler. That's always a fun addition, and generally, if I had to bet, this is statistically the team that will, I'd bet my money on this team going up in the Grand Challenge next week. Everything looks good. Maybe nothing crazy original here, but excited to see how it's piloted.
That's very kind of you. If this was a ChatGPT team, it probably would have spat out Dragonite instead of Baxicalibur, but I mean, overall, pretty solid looking team. Fire, water, grass, almost entirely physical except for that Volcarona. Is there anything that really stands out?
I am excited to see the Volcarona. Definitely, Terra Fairy Volcarona with the Terra Blast hits hard. Nobody's ready for that Volcarona special, heavy special Fairy Terra Blast, especially if it's boosted by a Quiver Dance. And Rage Power is definitely some extra, utility. Could potentially save it from a hit to another Pokemon.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the Volcarona. It has 252 HP investment, so not only is it a sweeper, but you can bring it in to draw that attack with the Rage Powder, so it's an offensive threat, it's a redirector. If it's next to something like the Baxicalibur, you have two offensive threats, but then Volcarona can play the support role, whereas if it's next to something like Dondozo, it could draw the fire, allowing to let Dozo get that recovery from the leftovers. Something I really want to point out here, and I'm sure you kind of zoned in on it, is we have Fissure on this Dondozo.
Yes, one shot KO can't be survived, and 30% chance. So it just needs to get, if it's a 30%, it's a guaranteed one hit KO 30% of the time, every time.
And with that, I think we can jump into our first game of the best of three. All right, our trainers have started Team Select. They are going up against, you got Annihilape, Mouse, Klefki, Sinistcha, Ursaluna Blood Moon, and Ninetales.
Three fire weaknesses just off the bat here.
Yep.
This man does not believe in any sort of fire, water, grass core.
It's interesting. So. It's got a good amount of healing. We don't know if that is a Aurora Veil, Ninetales. Klefki probably has some sort of screens. I mean, Mouseape, that's kind of a known quantity, but doesn't make it easy to get through.
3 support Pokemon, as well as 3 very heavy hitters. Definitely interested to see what he chooses to bring in. And how is he going to check that Volcarona, who can, potentially shrug off even a ground hit from Ursaluna and resists quite a few of the other attacks here.
Our Bax Balance Trainer is hovering over the button. He has Baxicalibur and Sneasler up front with Volcarona and Kingambit in the back, leaving Dozo and Rillaboom home. Let's see if that works out for him. The trainers are loading in.
Find out soon.
So Sneasler next to Baxicalibur. The coaching is available. Bax could go for an easy hit at the beginning. Otherwise, that Sneasler's Dire Claw is always going to be something to worry about. All right, Baxicalibur Sneasler against Klefki Annihilape. Not next to Mousehold. That's interesting.
I would have expected the Mousehold, because the Mousehold, I believe, has Fake Out. But interesting. Not what I would have guessed. Curious to see what they pick here.
I mean, the Baxicalibur is in a tough spot. It doesn't want to multi-hit move that Annihilape to
charge up the Rage Fist. Yeah.
Exactly, to charge up the Rage Fist. But, I mean, Klefki is not going to get hit by that. It resists the ice, and it's immune to the dragon. Sneasler going for the taunt into the Klefki, trying to prevent screens, Thunder Wave. Annihilape going for the bulk up.
So that Annihilape basically coached itself. As full spear into the Klefki. That's what I would have done too, because Klefki just, even with a heavy defensive investment, isn't that tanky.
No, I mean, a resisted hit 4 times, it's down some HP. Klefki going for the attacking move, kind of dodging that taunt.
Yeah. Remind me, what's Klefki's ability is Prankster?
Prankster.
Yeah. So he could have got a green off first.
Could have, but chose completely to just go for the damaging move, break Sneasler's Sash. Okay, Sneasler going for the coaching into the Baxicalibur, getting that offensive and defensive boost, kind of offsetting the Annihilape's bulk up. And ooh, that Drain Punch, ooh, that coaching saved it.
There's the coaching at work. Thanks, coach.
All right, unfortunately, after this scale shot combo, that Annihilape's Rage Fist is going to hurt.
But we just need something priority to take it down. Annihilape is definitely in a good position.
All right, down goes Baxicalibur. I guess taunting it forced that Klefki into an attacking move or a switch. So
he didn't have a choice. He had to go for the kill.
He had to go for the kill, which is a interesting position for them to be in. All right, hovering over the.
I would have to assume that. Oh, Kingambit. I would have guessed the Volcarona. One Heat Wave would solve this problem.
Honestly, you're right. I guess they want to go for that Sucker Punch, catch the Annihilape, and just clear
Sucker
the
Punch
board.
Sounds like you're giving him room to bulk up. That's what I'm hearing. Let's see how spicy this trainer is. I have no idea, but that's what I would do as a fellow spicy boy.
All right, Klefki switching out, so something is going to take a close combat or not at all.
Ooh, predicts the close combat and the hospitality.
Annihilape going for the protect, just being safe.
Coward should have gone for the coach for the bulk up.
I mean, even with one switch and one protect, that is a wasted turn. Annihilape back to pretty close to 50%, just over 50%. Sneasler hasn't clicked Dire Claw all game.
Sneasler's got to stop coaching and start punching.
It really does just need to start hitting things. Our trainer eyeing that Sucker Punch or the Kowtow Cleave, possibly even going for the Dark Terra. The Annihilape has a Drain Punch. So
Can
if it
can Annihilape resist the Drain Punch, knowing it will activate Sucker Punch?
that is a good question. I mean, King Gambit's strong, but I'm not sure how. It may not take it down. And Sucker goes for the Sucker Punch. It failed.
Okay.
Coaching, okay, possibly giving it defense boost to live something.
Even with a defense boost, is it going to survive a Drain Punch from a boosted Annihilape? Oh, it
Barely.
did. Amazing. That is still good to see.
But that's kind of a wasted turn because Sinistcha can just. I thought Sinistcha might go for a Machagacha, go for that KO, but that Annihilape's HP is back at full. It's as if Baxicalibur never went for an attacking move in the first place. Annihilape has full Rage Fix stacks, is a 4v2. It's not looking good for Bax balance.
This really just showcases how Annihilape can win games.
It's if you ignore it, it gets damage in. If you attack it, you give it Rage Fist stacks, and then it gets damage in. Actually, I completely forgot there's a Volcarona in the back, but I'm not really sure if it's going to really save this team at this point. It's an uphill battle.
Yeah, given Volcarona's, strategic advantage against this team, I certainly would have used it a little bit earlier before Annihilape. It was all set up, but
yeah,
we live and we learn.
I think that's completely valid. Possibly even bringing the Volcar in as a starter next to the Sneasler, next to the Baxicalibur. Keep that King Gambit in back to get that Supreme Overlord boost. But I mean,
that is the nice part of Volcarona. It can be a support. It can be a sweeper. It's quite tanky.
I mean, this King Gambit is not out of here just yet. That's the tricky part about King Gambit. Between the Kowtow and the Sucker Punch, he's not fast. You click the wrong move and he is taken out in an instant.
Again, this is the kind of player I am. I would have potentially gone for the Quiver Dance here, but I do like a Terra Fairy. You got to use that Terra. You never want to go home with your Terra. Ooh, Sinistcha will be back, unfortunately.
Ursaluna. Okay, so we have seen the full team. Sinistcha, Klefki, Ursaluna, Annihilape. 2 support, 2 attackers. But I'm not sure that knowledge is going to help.
Okay. We're
going for the Terra Fairy.
That is one proud Terra. Let's go.
Alright, Annihilape going for the Protect. So the Kowtow Cleave is going to go into that Ursaluna. Let's see how much damage this gets. You know what? You were right about that Quiver Dance call. If they had gone for the Quiver there, then a Heat Wave here could be devastating. However, and I don't really know the speed tiers, I think Annihilape can outspeed this Volcarona. Going for the Quiver Dance, maybe one turn too late.
At this point, I would maybe try to do a Rage Powder, but
King Gambit going for the Protect. I guess.
Will they attack King Gambit? Oh, hi. Unfortunately, your opponent has read you here. He knows he can bulk up for free.
Yeah, there's nothing really threatening him.
Volcarona bulk up for free, or Quiver Dance for free?
Alright, what is this bear going for? Goes for the Hyper Voice. Volcarona probably going to take it pretty okay with that Quiver Dance boost. Oh, the critical
Ooh, not for the crit. Without the crit, it really would have been okay. But the crit goes through the special defense boost, ignores it.
I mean, this battle's not over. You could...
It's not. The Fairy Terra Blast could put Annihilape in the ground right now. Annihilape does not have any special defense boosts. Frankly, Annihilape probably should protect, but the opponent here certainly is getting ballsy, and for all I know, we'll go for another bulk up.
I mean, you can see this trainer just constantly clicking through the moves, just trying to decide, and Vacuum Wave takes out the King Gambit. There's now a 1v4. if there's any Pokemon that could do it, it's Volcarona. Goes for the Terra Blast.
It has the Quiver Dance set up. If it can just survive.
Good KO.
All right, Annihilape down. It took a few turns.
All right, Volcarona just has to keep clicking Heat Wave, and it could win this out. Unfortunately, that Klefki may be packing screens.
I believe in a thing called Volcarona. Let's go.
All right,
Heat Wave. I think Heat Wave could really do some damage here. Yes, do it.
There was the hover over the Quiver Dance, just thinking, like, maybe if I get that boost. All right, this Heat Wave needs to connect and possibly crit, because that is a bulky bear. And
behind the screen.
Just not enough.
Burn. No.
Whoa. Okay. Now,
survives. So much special defense.
That bear has Vacuum Wave. Does Vacuum Wave, resisted Vacuum Wave, do
with the special defense boost. Don't forget about that special defense boost. Come on. Yeah, I knew it.
Heat Wave going in. It needs to catch a bird. Oh my goodness, that crit from earlier really making a difference because Sinistra was in the back.
Crit mattered. The crit mattered.
That it makes you think, what if he had gone for that Quiver Dance? You don't plan for those sort of things, and it does show you got to bring that Volcarona. That Volcarona causes problems.
Well, Volcarona was, I mean, he was weak to 3 fire types on his team, so, or 3 of his team members were weak to fire types, so.
All right, we are going into game 2. You gotta reposition, but
let's see what he learned here.
Yeah, I mean, Volcarona's gotta be here.
Do it. Come on. No. Yeah, there. Okay. Jesus Christ. Don't you dare.
Do you bring Fire, Water, Grass, and then like King Gambit, Fire, Water, Grass, Sneasler? I think you may have to leave Baxicalibur at home. He performed okay, but he left early.
I like I'd say Volcarona. If it were me, and it isn't, but if it were me, Volcarona, Rilla, with backs in the back. And I leave King Gambit at home. I don't think we need King Gambit for this. But I do like Dondozo.
Just looking at the Dondozo. Dondozo is... I mean, if you catch those fissures, that is a game changer. Interesting. Sneasler, Dozo, Volcarona... Backs?
Very offensive heavy here. Not a lot on support, but you know what? The game is kill them faster than they can kill you. Don't let them set up. So I think this could work.
Maybe I would have swapped out that Baxicalibur for the Rilla, but we'll see how it goes. Klefki and Annihilape, the opponent not adjusting, just bringing what they have.
Changes. Okay.
Sneasler, Dozo. Okay, so you can coach the Dondozo, or Sneasler can just be a problem with Dire Claw, close combat.
Here's an idea, Sneasler. Beat his ass. Come on, throw that close combat out there.
Going for the coaching into the Dozo. Did the Dozo go for Yawn or Fissure? And what's interesting here is previously that Sneasler went for the taunt into the Klefki.
When the Klefki went full offense.
So you have a little bit of these mind games where the Dozo is taking.
He's feeling. My guess is the opponent is feeling confident. He's gonna go for a bulk up. That's what I would do after a battle like the one before.
Protect.
Ooh.
Okay, just defensive. Just
He's reading.
Going for a read. Klefki going for that protect.
All right, he's taking it calm. He's not running.
Sneasler coaching and Dozo going for the Fissure into the Annihilape, into the Protect.
The Dozo wanted blood.
Okay, Reflect is up on the opponent's side. Dozo does have the coaching.
Coaching boost. Yeah, let's taunt this guy.
Interesting.
Ooh.
You could taunt the Annihilape would be interesting.
To prevent any bulk ups or protects.
Just force it into Drain Punch and Rage Fist. If you don't hit it, the Rage Fist isn't going to be doing anything. I would have coaching into that Dozo. You get it 1 or 2 boosts. That thing, slow as it is, it's hard to take down. The only damage that's going to be incurred is through status, maybe, or just some chip. Okay, out goes the Annihilape. In comes the Ursaluna. Taunt into the Klefki.
I like the taunt. Though this means that the Klefki was going for a offensive move again.
Crit onto the Dozo. But look at that crit. Like the crit, you know.
That's a good yawn. That's a good yawn also.
Yawning the bear.
This might be better. Is he gonna? This means he might have to do a switch again.
Just constantly keeping it rotating.
And I think a close combat into that Ursaluna. The thing is, he could close combat the Ursaluna, but if I were this opponent, I would switch back to. I might switch back to the Annihilape.
It's interesting. Going for the Terra Ghost. The Ursaluna can hit Ghost, but if that Ursaluna has a ground attack, Sneasler going into the Ghost gets rid of its weakness as a poison type. And there you go, switching.
Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't keeping the Ursaluna in with the yawn. Ooh, Sinistra, okay.
Just playing around.
He was predicting a close combat, most likely.
Just switching it around to support Pokemon, going for that Ghost Terra.
I would love to see a Dire Claw into the Sinistra.
Just catch it with a poison, catch it with a sleep. Going for the close combat into the Klefki. Reflect is up, still does a good amount of damage.
Fairly bulky Klefki though, pretty good. I guess the Reflect helps a lot.
Dazzling Gleam, offensive Klefki. Alright, Dozo going for the Wave Crash into the Sinistra. Wanted to hit that bear. I mean...
Yeah, he had to take the bear out. That was too... It would have just been instant death. In hindsight, clear. But at the time, who knows? I'd love to see a Fissure.
Yeah, I mean... Klefki, Sinistra, those are the two
come
support
on, Dire Claw,
Pokemon.
yeah, come on. Do the Dire Claw.
Maybe
it hits for
repositioning.
Ooh.
I mean, it's two support Pokemon. You're not really threatened. It's Dazzling Gleam.
They're both weak to fire, so...
This could be big.
Do we have the balls to set up a quiver?
Just
that way, if they switch or not, you can still hit hard.
That Dazzling Gleam doing nothing into that bulky Volcarona. Matcha Gotcha, it's... What is it? Be 10 damage, 20 damage into this Volcarona?
Double resisted? Yeah.
Was that 10?
Negligible damage.
I mean, Dozo is... He has the Fissure threat. He has the Yawn. Wave Crash is not nothing. But this Volcarona, as we saw in that first game, one Quiver Dance and this thing is doing damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Set up the quiver because there's no way they're keeping 2 weaknesses in, knowing Heat Wave, Volcarona's on the field.
Klefki can.
Now, does he double switch? This is the question. Is he double switch?
Double switch, and then you would get the bear next to the Annihilape. That's pretty scary, but
it's pretty scary. However, Wave Crash into the bear, plus a boosted Volcarona.
I think the Klefki has to stay in and set up light screen. Just you cannot. Wow, switching out the Klefki.
He loves that clef key. All right.
I mean, maybe it's saving the clef key for the end game, but wow,
It
you
is the
read that
double
like
switch.
a book.
It is the doubles. I mean, that's what I would do because he was expecting a heat wave, and to be fair, a heat wave would end the game for him. But you clearly read the double switch and went with the quiver dance. So
Yeah, Dozo going for the fissure and miss, 30% miss. Sorry, 70% miss chance, 30% accuracy. That quiver is big with no screen set up. It is a spread move, but Heat Wave's gonna hurt, and the Dozo's no slouch either.
going for the quiver again. Ooh, this
Double
guy's got a big
quiver.
pair on him.
I mean, I don't know. The Annihilape has no
reading
range
the protect. Is it a double protect?
Just is everybody protecting?
Everybody protecting, and except for the quiver.
I mean,
Okay.
Ursaluna's a special mon. It goes for that Blood Moon. It's not going to do a ton of damage. Blood Moon into the Volcarona. Maybe a quarter.
2 special defense boosts. That'll do it.
Full HP, 2 quiver dances up. You can wave crash into this bear. You can yawn.
Bear's gonna protect, right? No?
The bear has to protect, right? It's maybe hyper voice, but you're gonna hit the Dondozo and do nothing to the Volcarona. Annihilape probably has to go for a Drain Punch, anticipating the fact that it's going to take a ton. Oh, Annihilape switching out. Annihilape's out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see this. He's hoping Klefki will either take the hit or possibly it misses and he gets up the screen.
Yeah. Ursaluna taking that hit really well. That Klefki, I'm not sure that crit mattered.
That crit did not matter. You needed the crit on the Blood Moon, not on the Klefki.
Earth Power into the Volcarona, just trying to chip it down any way he can. Dozo going for the Wave Crash. Ursaluna goes down.
Well played.
That Ursaluna's gotta be
both players played it well. I'm not sure if the Klefki switch-in was necessary to sack the Klefki.
I don't think
he got the ship on both, though.
I'm not sure the Annihilape lives the Heat Wave. You kind of have to protect with the Annihilape, but not having that Klefki and setting up screens really put the opponent in a bad way.
Can he come back from this? Well, Matcha Gotcha could redirect a single target move and allow Annihilape to... Or sorry, Sinistra could redirect a single target move, but it's going to be a Heat Wave.
Yeah, you have 2 boost up. You just click Heat Wave and it's over.
All right. I'm going to call it now. Annihilape gets hit. Life do the Annihilape. Annihilape uses bulk up. That's what I would do. But then again, I'm pretty damn stupid.
Coming out. Terrifier Annihilape is going to resist the Heat Wave. So you have to attack the Volcarona, right?
I think he's going to want to put a bulk up down.
All right, let's see here. So you bulk up, Drain Punch the Dozo, Drain Punch the Volcarona. Just get a little bit of that HP back. You are hit. You do have the Rage Fist stacks.
He might be able to whittle. Oh, the fissure hits.
That's it.
30% of the time, every time.
All right, game 2 down. It is 1-1 for both of our players going to a game 3. You got to bring Volcarona. You got to bring Volcarona.
I'm hoping to see an early Volcarona here.
All right, we're going to take this opportunity to cut to our sideline reporter reporting live on the scene of the battle to see what he has to say about what he's seen today.
はい、皆さん、こんにちは。今日は晴れていて天気がとてもいいです。だけど、出かけるつもりならば、 ちょっと肌寒いので、軽いジャケットやパーカーを準備したらいいですよ。以上、テーブルシティからの報告です。
Okay, very insightful, Dokodomo. Maybe we can get some subtitles next time. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand a lick of what he just said. Anyways,
that's
going
for
into game
to figure
3,
out.
you gotta bring Volcarona. I mean, Volcarona just tears this team apart.
He's gonna bring it. He knows Volcarona is gonna be in the lead, and he's gonna bring an answer. The answer is gonna be Mousehold Ursaluna.
I mean, Mousehold could beat up or
Volcarona
pop off.
Sneasler. Yeah. What's he doing? What is he doing? I mean, really.
The opponent does have answers. Light Screen kind of checks Volcarona. Mousehold could side target Annihilape, give it Rage Fist boost, and just start tearing into it. Not sure Sinistcha. Sinistcha the Pokemon is not that valuable. Sinistcha's ability is really valuable. And if you notice, Ninetales, nowhere to be seen.
Sinistcha, one of my favorite Pokemon, but it cannot be brought to every battle. And it should not be brought to every battle. Because if your opponent knows you're bringing it, it very much gimps its usage. At least that has been my experience.
All right, 20 seconds on the clock, still have not locked in. Okay, Volcarona, Dozo, Kingambit, Sneasler.
Oh my goodness. All right.
So we are not going to be seeing Rillaboom today.
No Rilla. Rilla out.
I mean, with Sinistcha and Klefki, Rilla, I mean, high horsepower on the Rilla could have been valuable into that Klefki, but not too much into the Sinistcha.
Yep, all right. I think I called the opponent's team on that one.
Yeah, Ursaluna Mouse. Good call.
That's it's what I would have done.
All right, just big Fissure right off the bat. Take down the
That could get the momentum would be huge if that Fissure hits.
I did not see what the Volcarona went for. Mousehold going for the taunt. If that was a quiver, then that's going to neutralize that first turn. And that is what happened. Blood Moon immediately going in, just needs to get rid of that Volcarona, and that is what Blood Moon does to Volcarona when it does not boost.
Oof. Mom said no Volcarona this time. Let's see.
I think the opponent has absolute lasered in. I need to get rid of Volcarona, then my support Pokemon can start doing the work. And with that damage into Volk, you could see the trainer is panicking almost.
Well, he just needs to reassess.
Mousehold going for the follow me, wants that redirection. Volcarona Heat Wave, get that damage off. And that Friend Guard really coming in clutch for that Ursaluna. Down goes Volcarona. This battle.
He went in with a mission, and the mission was kill Volcarona.
And the Fissure redirected. That Fissure probably going into the Ursaluna, redirected into the Mousehold.
Mousehold gone. Mousehold would have been nice to keep around, but for the most part served its purpose.
Alright, so you have a ground normal type Ursaluna here going up against Bax, Dozo, and Klefki. Klefki can set up screens. There's two physical attackers. It feels like this Reflect is you go for that Reflect. And do you yawn the Luna? Or do you just...
I suspect that Luna's going to have to protect here while the screens get set up.
You could just go for a Blood Moon into Dozo, see how much damage it does. Could go for the Hyper Voice, just get damage out there.
one thing we know is that Klefki is going for the
The
reflector.
Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah. No.
Offensive Klefki.
This time, well, if he really wanted to psych us out, but he's going for the reflect. Possible that Ursaluna goes for the protect just to play it safe while screens get set up.
No Terra yet. We can see our trainer thinking about the Terra Ghost.
The Terra Ghost would be interesting. Could save it from a vacuum wave.
The Blood Moon's ability does allow it to hit ghosts, but by tearing into Ghost, it is going to take less damage from that Dazzling Gleam. And going for the reflect there. Vacuum Wave.
The vacuum wave, good call. Good call.
Now it is
Still
not
hits,
super
but-
effective.
Yeah.
3
But
hits.
this,
4 hits.
it's
All right,
almost like his dice are loaded.
even if he went for that 5 hit, it would not have been a KO. Going for a Yawn into the Klefki, always nice to kind of try to phase out the supporting Pokemon. You can go for the
Phase
Ice
it out
Shard.
without giving it an opportunity to switch something else in. Or possibly forcing him to switch something else in.
Okay, going for the Scale Shot into the Luna wants that speed boost, aware of that possible Annihilape in the back. I think you need to keep this Baxicalibur alive and fresh just in case there's a Sinistra in the back.
I think Ursaluna is going to protect because he's too juicy of a target. Klefki might switch out into the Sinistra, which would then heal Ursaluna.
In that case, you would... I mean, you just gotta click Fissure into something.
Ooh, he takes the Ursaluna out. Not what I expected.
He
Annihilape was in the back, that's why.
Annihilape wants to take those multi-hit moves, really just gonna eat it up. Klefki just hanging out. It's like, I'll go to sleep, sure.
What was the purpose of a light screen?
It is still a 3v3, so possibly thinking that there might be a special attacker in the back. That Annihilape has a ton of stacks for that Rage Fist. Honestly, that Wave Crash probably should have gone into the Annihilape slot.
I still want to know what the opponent thought, what special attacker he was worried about, but
Hey, you never know when Dondozo is going to bust out that Hydro Pump.
yeah, or that, yeah. Special Rillaboom in the back.
See, if he had gone for a Scale Shot instead of the Icicle Spear into that Annihilape slot, he would have had enough speed to outspeed that Annihilape. Good read on that Protect, but this Baxicalibur is in a rough way with that boosted Annihilape on the field. Going for that Yawn. I mean, you could switch out that Baxicalibur, try to preserve it. That Annihilape could even switch out, and you could go for the Scale Shot into that slot. Klefki, asleep but not out.
The checkmate move right now is protect the Baxicalibur and Dondozo Wave Crashes into the Annihilape slot, just in case.
You're going to
Just
go for
in
that
case.
double Protect. See, I mean, how's your luck on double Protects?
Not so good. Super slow, not so good.
All right,
All right,
switching
fourth
out
Pokemon, Sneasler.
you could tell that he probably wanted that Sneasler to wind up next to the Baxicalibur at some point. But
Sash.
Down to the Sash. Klefki waking up, going for the Dazzling Gleam. That is a big wake up. Otherwise, that
Damn.
Sneasler would have had.
What was that, a one-turn sleep?
That was a one-turn sleep.
Lucky.
Wave Crash into the Klefki, just trying to chip it down.
I mean, the Wave Crash was smart in case he switched it back to Ursaluna. I would have done that Wave Crash as well. I'm not sure how I feel about the Baxicalibur switch out, but
Baxicalibur can now protect again, and Annihilape is asleep. So If
That's
you
fair. He survived long enough to sleep the Annihilate.
you go for the scale shot, try to get that speed boost, turn this game around. Icicle Spear into the Klefki. I guess counting that Annihilape out. You see, he's thinking about it. Icicle Spear, Scale Shot, Dozo, big Fissure at any point. You could Fissure something to sleep. You have that time. Looking at that Scale Shot. This trainer thinking really hard on that Baxicalibur move. Going for the Icicle Spear into the Annihilape. Not wanting that defense drop. And immediately back into the Baxicalibur attacking move.
I think we go for the scale shot here.
This trainer is bringing the move timer right down to the wire, just deep in his head, trying to figure it out. Klefki going for the Misty Terrain. I think at this point we've seen Klefki's full moveset of Dazzling Gleam, Light Screen Reflect, Misty Terrain.
Okay. Misty Terrain is definitely throwing a interesting wrench into the equation here.
I think Misty Terrain possibly
protects from statuses. Right?
Protect from status. Does it affect the damage output of dragon moves?
It might. It might. We might have to check that.
All right.
You haven't seen Misty Terrain.
Is down, and Annihilape still asleep. It looks like the trainer is intending to turn this into a 2v1 of Bax Dozo versus Annihilape, but they have to get through that Ursaluna first.
I also have checked with my sources, and Misty Terrain does in fact have the power of dragon type moves.
Could be why the trainer was thinking so hard. Not sure if going for that Scale Shot or Icicle Spear, one or the other. Baxicalibur going for the Protect, interesting. Probably could have gone for the Annihilape early.
Annihilape's up.
Going for the Rage Fist into that Dondozo. How much is it going to do? Critical
Crits,
hit.
but he survives. The Dozo survives. Okay. He doubled up into the Dondozo for a reason. Maybe not the world's best Protect, but what can we say?
I mean,
hindsight is 20/20.
There's a world there where you Ice Shard that Ursaluna, take it out, and then it's Dozo and Baxicalibur next to the Annihilape, but that was a critical turn. Otherwise, I'm not sure that Dozo could have lived the Blood Moon and the Rage Fist. But
he wasn't taking any chances with that Dozo.
That Dozo went down immediately. Did not want to
the crit was not needed. It was probably helpful but not needed.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to the wire. I do not think that the Baxicalibur is going to live a Rage Fist from the Annihilape. It would have to get a crit from a Icicle Spear, but down goes Baxicalibur.
Rest in peace, Godzilla.
And the set ends with 1-2. The opponent, Kukulkan, beating Trainer Bancroft.
Let's should we break down the MVP of tonight? If we I don't know if we want to bring up the Pokepaste again or some of the MVPs.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So on this team, I know my vote for the MVP.
I'm gonna say it Volcarona, right?
It's Volcarona.
Yeah,
Dozo,
easily Volcarona.
Dozo was good. But the fissure that it
the yawns, the fissures.
It was a support. It was good. Baxicalibur kind of disappointing. Sneasler, it felt like he wasn't on the team at all, he showed up, but didn't.
I think it's a issue where there's no dedicated support on the team. You've got 3 Pokemon that all have a support role but also an offensive role, maybe a little too hybrid. in the movesets.
Yeah,
And I think we saw that most of all with Sneasler.
I have to agree. The fact that we did not see Rillaboom at all tonight with that fake out Grassy Glide, not exactly a quote-unquote support Pokemon, but Assault Vest probably could have tanked Blood Moon's moves, be it Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, buying time with fake out. You had these times in these battles where their opponent going for Protect, Rillaboom may have been missing tonight.
Rillaboom could have helped. I'm hesitant to say it would have been a game changer. I think Sneasler could have been a good check for Sinistra, but ultimately probably not the right opponent against a team with 2 ghost types and as well as some other checks. Volcarona probably should have been used more in the first game, but was used very well in the second game, and the opponent was ready for it in the third. And Baxicalibur, that's a tough one. I've never cracked Baxicalibur, and I've tried to use it myself. Just a great Pokemon on paper, but very tricky to use. Not sure what I would change on Baxicalibur. Maybe we would just change it to a Dragonite.
Yeah, the identity of the team is Bax Balance, but you gotta think multi-scale Dragonite could replace that slot. I think it.
And you don't have to worry about the scale shot, ramping up the Rage Fists on Annihilape.
I do think that part of the reason that Baxicalibur felt a little anemic for these matches was that this team generally does have an Annihilape difficulty, fighting super effective against that ice. The moment you Terra, guess what?
Klefki resists or is immune to both moves and can end up, as an excellent support. Plus, those Dazzling Gleams, I mean, they hit. They were doing damage. That Klefki was, for a support Pokemon, it was out for blood.
I think other than I think the team composition here is really solid. The only other thing that I would possibly add is the Covert Cloak on that Volcarona. If you put it next to that Rillaboom, who we didn't see tonight, maybe Grassy Seed. If Rilla comes out, sets up the grassy terrain, Volcarona gets that boost from that. But I really can't disagree with Covert Cloak.
Covert Cloak didn't show up tonight, but in a different battle, it could have been key. And you can't make a loadout for every battle. It didn't help this one, but it would have helped in a different one. Could have prevented the Dire Claw status. Could have prevented the fake out flinch. It's just too good of an item on a great Pokemon. I wouldn't change the Covert Cloak personally.
So I think we've kind of rounded this out tonight. Do you have any closing thoughts, Wiz?
Closing thoughts. Definitely impressed by Klefki on the other team. I think, obviously it's easy to say Annihilape was the GOAT, but Klefki did a lot of enabling. So for the opponent's team, I would definitely put Klefki as the MVP. Surprise. Definitely a surprise there. And are we wrapping this up? Are you? I hope you were. Were you recording all that?
Wait.
Okay.
Oh my God.
God, don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm recording now.
All right, run it back.
Gold team rules!